Hello and welcome to Alyssa Jean's Reviews. And I am here to talk about the future of my channel, both short term and long term. And for those of you who are like followers, subscribers, and like the, I don't know, 4 or 5 of you who are like really adamant followers who come to all my live streams and all that kind of thing. Um, it's a good news, bad news situation. So I'll start with the good news, which is for the short term. I have 3 videos planned for December. Actually, one's going to spill a little bit into the beginning of January. Starting with a live chat with Wine, which will be next Saturday, December 13th at 4 p.m. West Coast time. I'll talk about that a little bit more a little later. But I don't want to keep you in suspense about what the bad news is. And that is for the long term of this channel, is that there is no long-term future of this channel. After I complete the 3 final videos, which is the live chat, the 2025 awards video, and then the 2025 top 10 video, which will probably be the one that happens in early January, because fucking Stranger Things is doing their finale on New Year's Eve, and so it'll probably be a couple days into January that I'll be able to get that out. But so after those are done, I will no longer be creating content on this channel. And this is really kind of part 2 of my phase out. I always thought I would probably phase the channel out rather than just suddenly going cold turkey and not doing it anymore. So 2 years ago, I announced that I was going to be slowing down operations on my channel. And instead of doing like live chat every month, I was doing it every 3 months. And instead of doing every single episode of Star Trek, I was taking a Star Trek season and splitting it in half, doing a mid-season and an end of season, and doing much, much fewer content on my channel. Well, now I'm just going to go ahead and finish it off and just not do any content on my channel at all. And this is just because I'm not into it anymore. Like, it's not something that I feel called to do anymore. I just have so many other things in my life, new interests that have come up, and other things that I'm more interested in doing and spending my time with than making videos talking about TV shows. Honestly, like my desire to talk a lot about TV shows has decreased. Like, I still watch all the same amount of shows, but my desire to like record entire videos talking about it is like, I got other things that I'm more interested in. So I don't know. I would love to have a new endeavor at some point in the future, but it will have nothing to do with this channel or have nothing to do with talking about TV shows. So one of the things that I've gotten into recently, I've started getting into tarot and learning tarot. And I started doing this thing recently where I draw 1 card in the morning, like for the day. Like, this is my tarot reading for the day. And today it was interesting. I drew this card. And this particular deck, it's the 8 of Cauldrons. For most tarot decks, it's the 8 of Cups. This deck, I use this Celtic tarot deck, and it changes the name. Some decks change the names of things and call it, but it's the same thing. Tarot is mostly universal as far as the meanings of things, but each deck has their own kind of spin on it. So it's 8 of Cups, if that means anything to you. And I know I'm still learning this stuff, so I'm still like reading the guidebook, just like, what does that mean? And it was like, oh, something, there's something good in your life, or something, but it's not fun anymore. It's not, there's no joy in it anymore. So you want to move on from it. And before I read that card, I had already had plans to make this video. So it's like, wow, that just confirms that I'm doing the right thing. Cause it's just, it's just not fun for me anymore as it once was. So I will be moving on. Now, I anticipate that there will be some questions. So I'm going to go ahead and move over to what I'm calling the FAQ section of this video, even though technically they're not frequently asked questions yet. They're questions that I would anticipate would be frequently asked. So let's go ahead. I have 3 FAQs for you that I know people will be curious about. So I'll go ahead and answer those. And if there's something that I miss that you're curious about, you can put it in, you can make a comment and ask me about it. So let's move on to the FAQs of this video.
FAQs of this video.
So FAQ number 1, will I be taking down my channel from the internet? Or will Alyssa Jean's channel still be there so you can still watch all the old videos? And the answer is, at least for the foreseeable future, I have no plans on taking the channel down. It will still exist. It will still be there for you to go back and watch all the previous videos I've ever made. I anticipate that there will probably come a day, probably years from now, probably not anytime soon, I would think, where I would look back and go like, why is this still there? This is so out of date. Like, this is so irrelevant to my life now. It doesn't even need to be on the internet, and just completely take it down. But I have no immediate plans for that. I would imagine that would be years down the road that would happen. I will say, though, that I don't plan to engage with the channel at all. I'm going to keep the settings the same as to where I have to approve every comment before it's posted. And as it is, I don't really check the comments all that often, but I'm going to check them even less often. So be aware, if you make a comment on my video, it could be a while before it gets published because I'm only going to be checking it sporadically. I'm also not really going to engage much. Like, I'm not answering any questions. Like, we'll just put it that way. Sorry, Tyler, or anyone else who would want to ask questions. I will not be answering any more questions. The only engagement I might give is if someone makes a positive comment on one of my trans videos and says, hey, I'm trans too, or my daughter's trans, and I really appreciate your video. I might say something like, oh, thank you, that's very sweet, or something like that. And that's probably the only engagement I'm ever going to have. I don't see myself engaging a lot on any of my Star Trek videos or any of my other previous TV videos. So just be aware of that. So the channel will still exist. I'm just not going to be I'm not going to be active at all with it. So now FAQ number 2, will I still do live streams with Mark and Darren? And the answer to that is yes, even though I will no longer be running this channel. If Mark wants to talk to me about Starfleet Academy Season 1 or House of Dragons Season 3, which are both things I anticipate that they will want to talk with me about, absolutely, I will go over onto their channel. I will no longer be hosting any live streams, but I will absolutely go over to Mark's channel and talk with them and or Darren and or Dunn, maybe. Also, I did one live stream on D's Reviews last year. Was it D's Reviews or Rob or Smirking Guns? One of their channels. I did a live stream about Peacemaker with Rob and Darren. So if something like that comes up again, I'll be happy to go talk with Rob and Darren. So no, I'm not going to stop doing live streams on other people's channel. I just will no longer be hosting them here. And I'm very selective. Like, Mark has asked me to do a couple ones that I have declined. So mainly I would probably do like the shows that I'm no longer reviewing, like House of Dragon. I don't know if we're going to do one on the, what's the other one? The Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I don't know. If Mark wants to do one on that, I might say yes. I don't know. So yeah, I will still occasionally be doing those, so don't you worry about that. You'll still see me on other people's channels on occasion. Now, FAQ number 3. What about Alyssa Jean's Facebook page? Much like with the channel itself, I have no immediate plans of removing it. There may come a day where I do. And again, I'm not going to engage with it as often. So last year, since I was no longer reviewing every episode of Star Trek, I was like writing a review on my Facebook page on on every episode of Star Trek. I will no longer be doing that either. I won't be doing written reviews. The only thing that I will do is occasionally post like my thoughts on the show. Like sometimes I do these like quick thoughts things, like something I just gotta tell somebody, and I don't know anyone else watching that show, so I might just be like, I gotta get this out here, so I'm gonna just write this. So I might do that on occasion. And of course, if I see a cool meme, like a funny Star Trek meme or something, as I do occasionally, I'll post that on my page. But it won't be super duper active, but it will still be there. And if you're following that Facebook page, you will still see things pop up occasionally. But again, I'm not going to be answering intense questions anymore. This is not a big part of my life anymore. If I have a thought, of a show or something, I might just spew it out there. And you can comment on it. I may or may not reply. And if it's a question, I'm definitely not going to reply. So I'm not putting any energy into this. It just may be something that I do sporadically, just post on that Facebook page. And then I would imagine that again, one day that'll probably come down, but I don't have any plans in the immediate future to take that down. So those are the FAQs for the ending of my channel. If there's something that I missed, there's something you're curious about, you can ask in the comments below, and I will answer. Because I'm not ending the channel just yet. So for the month of December, I will answer your questions if it's especially if it's related to what about this, what about that, and you will also have an opportunity at my live chat with Wine to ask those questions, although I don't want it to just all be sad and doom and gloom and me just like drinking wine like this is the end of my channel. It's so sad. Like I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be like what it normally is. We just chit chat and talk about Star Trek or what the fuck ever we feel like talking about, bears in the woods or whatever, So I hope that at least some of you can join me because it will be the last one. And it is a little short notice. I usually try to give more notice than this. It's less than a week away. But this is just when I have the time. It'll be Saturday, December 13th, 4:00 p.m. I will go ahead after I'm finished recording this and create a link for it, and I'll put that link in the description below, and then I will also put the link on my Facebook page as well, so you'll be able to find it. I hope that some of you are able to join me Saturday, December 13th, live chat with Vine. Now, the other two things that I'm doing is my annual awards for 2025, which maybe, I'm not exactly sure yet. I think I'm doing underrated, overrated show of the year, and most disappointing and biggest surprise. And then, of course, as always, the worst show of the year. And I won't do the best show of the year because that's in my top 10. And as I mentioned earlier, because Stranger Things having their fucking premiere on December 31st, which technically is still 2025, it still qualifies. But I probably am not going to be able to watch it until January 1st when I'm on the plane coming back from the East Coast. That'll probably be how I spend part of my plane ride, is watching the finale of Stranger Things, season 5. I guess the series finale, and I do want it to be considered. I don't know if it'll make the top 10 or not, but I wanted to give it a chance to be considered for the top 10 of 2025, since it will technically finish by the end of 2025. So that means I would expect January 2nd or 3rd, I will probably have my top 10 of 2025 out for you, and then that will be the final video of my channel. There's maybe itty bitty chance that I could be motivated to do one again in 2026, like a top 10 video, because I'm probably going to still keep track of my top 10 as the year goes on, just for my own personal sake. So there's always a teeny tiny chance that I could decide to do that. I would say probably not, but you never know. Definitely though, 2025 we'll do my awards video. The awards video is going to be released sometime between today and the 21st. So that's a 2-week window. I don't know if I'll have time to do it today or not. If I do, I might just do it to get it out of the way. If not, it'll be sometime before December 21st. You'll get the awards video because the awards are already set. There's only 2 shows that are going to be outside of the award window. One is Stranger Things that I mentioned, and the other is Pluribus. And I don't think either of them are actually going to be qualified for any of the awards. Stranger Things is generally an under or overrated show, in my opinion, but I don't think it would be the overrated show of the year based on the first part. I don't think that it will be the overrated show of the year. I think. And if it does end up being that, then I'll have to just mention it in my top 10 video at the end of the year. Stranger Things would have been my overrated, but I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be anyways. So I have a different show in mind for overrated show of the year. So anyways, so keep an eye out for all of that. And I will see you all hopefully this Saturday, December 13th. And then 2 more videos after that. Thank you all. I just want to thank everybody for supporting my channel, for the love and support that I have gotten from those of you. I honestly think that I've hung on for so long because of you, because I didn't want to disappoint you. But at a certain point, I got to put myself first and be like, I don't really want to do this anymore. I can't just do this for other people. So I'm sorry, but I do love and appreciate all of you who have supported my channel, going back to the Acting Tomico days and including Alyssa Jeans and people who come to my live chats every 3 months now. Really, really appreciate you and hope to see you there. All right, everyone. Have a good evening. See you really soon.